Michael just moved to Silent Vale, a quiet little town in the American suburbs with family houses, trimmed lawns, and kids riding bikes. But there's a weird vibe going on. Barely minutes after he's settled in, his doorbell rings. Standing there is a neighbor, holding out a tray of 3 pies as a welcome gift. One is chocolate, the second is an apple pie, and the third is a classic lemon meringue pie. She baked them just for Michael, but something's off. Then he realizes that one of these pies isn't safe to eat. But which one? The chocolate pie's perfection is the real trap. See? The neighbor deliberately made it look flawless, knowing it'd be the most tempting choice. But think about it. Dark and rich, chocolate can hide all kinds of things, like a sneaky dose of powerful laxatives. After saying no to the chocolate pie, his neighbor says, "Congrats, you passed the test." But before he can even think about it, Michael hears a scream. But he is the one who is in trouble. How does he know that? Forget about the weird shadow in the window, that's probably just the mailman. What really gets his attention is that the scream is coming from the vent. Wait, is that smoke too? The vent connects to other rooms, so that means somewhere in the house is on fire. Michael gets to the door of the room that's on fire. The screams are louder now, but there's a problem. The door is locked. There's a key ring with 3 keys. Which one's the right one? If you've got sharp eyes, you'll notice none of the keys match the lock. Take a closer look. There's a fancy biometric lock next to the door. Michael presses his finger on the scanner, and bingo! The door unlocks. Michael rushes in and sees a man tied to a chair, while the flames spread around. He quickly scans the room. On the table, there are 3 things. Number 1, a pair of scissors. Number 2, a big fish tank. Number 3, a key to open the window. What's the right order to save the guy? Even though there's a lot of smoke, the fire isn't out of control just yet. So the first thing Michael does is grab the fish tank and splash water on the flames. Next, he uses the keys to open the window, letting the smoke escape. Finally, he grabs the scissors and cuts the ropes binding the man's hands. Phew! Michael rushes the man outside so he can catch his breath, but oh no! The teenager across the street just realized her bike is missing. 3 people are nearby. Emily, holding a shopping bag, Andrew, the mechanic, and Jessica, rocking rollerblades. They all deny taking it. Can you figure out who did it? You gotta pay attention to the little details. Andrew's shoes are covered in grease, but that makes sense since he's a mechanic. Now, check out Emily's sneakers. They've got dirt on them, like she just walked through the grass where the bike was parked. At the end of the last street in Silent Vale, 3 men meet their wives after a long day at work. The wives seem welcoming, but one of them is hiding something. The first woman is dressed in an elegant dress, holding a hot pie. The second woman looks like a total lady. High heels, flawless makeup, and in her hand, a single red rose. The third woman wears jeans and a simple t-shirt, holding a big cup of coffee. Now, look closely. Who's the unfaithful wife? Time's up. Here's the catch. Check out the rose the second woman is holding. That fancy flower isn't from her garden or any of her neighbors. Someone must have given it to her. Plus, she's not wearing her wedding ring. She took it off while hanging out with her lover. Michael decides to take a walk around Silent Vale to clear his head. As he strolls down the street, he notices something odd about one of the houses. Can you figure out what it is? The skeleton is strange, but it's just a Halloween decoration. What's really off is the house numbers. There's number 11, then number 12, and right after that, the number jumps straight to 14. Looks like the owners skipped the number 13. Since many people think it's unlucky, they probably decided to just leave it out. The owner of this house is freaking out, saying one of his garden gnomes has been mysteriously disappearing from lawns overnight. The yard is a total mess. Can you find it? You got it. There it is, hiding behind a bush. But wait, how did it get there all by itself? That's creepy. It's getting late, so Michael decides it's time to head back. On his way, he runs into the local mailman. He's holding a letter with Michael's address on it, but something's not quite right. Can you spot it? Take a look at the mailman's uniform. It's way too neat, like he's never worn it. And the envelope isn't sealed properly. A real mailman would never open someone's mail, so this guy is definitely acting sus. The letter had a creepy message. You need to leave as soon as possible. Michael looks back and notices a group of people staring at him strangely. The first is a man in a suit holding a pencil. The second is a poorly dressed woman staring at a laptop. And the third is an old man carrying a stack of magazines. Who wrote this threatening letter? Take a close look at the letter. The letters are cut out from the magazine clippings and pasted onto it. That means the third person, the old man with the magazines, is the most suspicious. Michael decides to run to escape the old man. He suddenly spots an apparently abandoned house, which would be the perfect hiding spot. But there's one detail that makes him rethink the idea right away. Can you guess what it is? The house is really falling apart, and the grass hasn't been mowed in months. But take a closer look at the third floor of the house. That small window has its light on, which means someone must be living there after all. Oh no! Michael keeps running until he finds an abandoned car with the door wide open. He jumps in and locks himself inside. But wait, the old man somehow finds him. He starts banging on the car windows, but Michael doesn't move. Then the creepy man writes something with his fingers on the dirty window. Ni, em, tel. What does he mean? Here's the trick. When you look through glass, you're seeing a mirror image of what's written on the other side. So when Michael reads Ni, em, tel, it's actually "Let me in."
Oh, really?
Michael decides to gather his courage and talk to the old man. He apologizes for setting fire to his house, for writing the creepy note, and for chasing Michael to the car. But the old man explains he did all of it to scare him and keep him safe. "Supernatural things happen in Silent Vale," he says. To make it sound more believable, he shows Michael his ID. That's when Michael realizes that he's telling the truth, and something bizarre is happening in this town. Do you know what it is? Take a look at the old man's birth date on his ID. It says his year of birth is 1820. This guy can't possibly be more than 200 years old. Then the strange man reveals the truth.
Listen carefully. Anyone who spends the night in Silent Vale can never leave the town,
he says. But there's still a chance for Michael to escape. He's given a map that leads to the exit. But wait, it's like a maze. Can you figure out the right path for him to follow? Yep, this path leads Michael out of the city, and he takes it. On the way, he promises himself he will never return to that creepy town again.
That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.